everyone, I'm Jess.
And I'm Alex.
And we're at the American Hotel this week ahead of their 4th of July birthday celebrations.
It's a big weekend here at the hotel and we're joined by Jess. Jess, tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on.
Alright, so Friday we have entertainment from 5. We have a happy hour from 5 till 7 where you can grab your $5 beer and wines. Saturday we have the fireworks, same as we did last year. So jump up top, grab a beer with your mates, grab some food. That's from 9 o'clock onwards. We've also got entertainment from 4 till 1 o'clock as usual. Got a DJ and we've also got $5 beer and bourbons all night. Sunday we've got our usual members roast. We've got entertainment downstairs. We've got brothers this weekend, 3 till 6. And upstairs we've got $15 ciders and a Sunday session from 7 till 10.
Well, I know where I want to be this weekend. This week we also caught up with Bailey Worsdorp after his first TSC Cup game with the Bendigo Pioneers.
And we're going to take a look at all the football and netball from the weekend and bring you interviews from Echuca United and Tongala. They're going to be playing for the Canbasby Cup this weekend.
Yeah, a great one there. We've also got another round of Echuca Fashion Centre Workwear First Handball competition with the Echuca Junior Football Club and youth girls player Ali Costa. She brings us this week's fixtures.
It's a big show this week. This is Game On.
Well, let's start with the GVL and Echuca. They were looking to consolidate on a strong 3 rounds with a win against Shepparton United, and they certainly do that. They're looking really strong this season with a 53-point win at Victoria Park. They had an even contribution of scoreline contributors this week, 7 individual goal scorers. They had a bit of timing difficulty in that first quarter. They had a countdown clock going instead of a count up one. That lost them a little bit of momentum, but they were able to regain that back and finish off the game really strongly. Rory Kirkby, he was massive on that forward line again, taking some really strong grabs inside 50, kicking 4 goals, the most out of all those contributors, and another 5 or 6 behind. So he'll be looking to have another strong performance this weekend when they have a massive task coming up against Kite Bombers.
Yeah, that's right. It's obviously the biggest game on the calendar for any team at the moment. And yeah, Kirkby a gun forward, you're going to need that against the Kai defence that barely allows teams to score. But they should expect back Cam Valentine, Kane Morris, and some of those Bendigo Pioneers, TC Cup kids, who have the week off there. So they'll be able to cover Daniel Willis, who's hurt his arm in the game. So look, let's hope Echuca can give them a good old run. We're going to move to the Murray Football League now, where we had Moama travelling to play Finley, and it was a very comfortable win, 130 points in the end, just pretty much what you expect from, well, when you're playing Finley. They got on top early, had a little lull in that third quarter, just sort of let Finley get a little bit more off the play, but they pretty much did what they had to do. 11 goal kickers. Luke Dunham swung from the back line into the forward line, giving them just another option in that forward line, which they've sort of been lacking. That works, something they might consider doing again in the future. And Tyler Jones continued that comeback and kicked 3 goals this weekend, looking really good there.
Yeah, look, they were strong all over the ground, which I guess, like you said, is what you expect against a team like Finley. Another chance for a massive percentage boost this weekend coming up against Rumballara. Over to Echuca United, and they had a close loss on the weekend, only going down by 2 goals to reigning premiers Nathalia. The game was soured though by an incident with Tom McMinn going off in the first quarter with a fractured knee bone. He underwent surgery on Thursday for that problem there. Did ignite a bit of fire in the boys though. They were down by 4 goals at quarter time. Came down to be within 2 goals at the main break. Nick Dennehy, he was a massive contributor up forward, and he had the experience of guys like Phil Hubbard and Farron Priest around him, which really made it for a solid performance from the boys. Something we'll be looking to see for the rest of the season.
That's right, it is a pretty encouraging result. I mean, it's a reasonably new side at the start of this season, and to be within 2 goals of the reigning premier and a team that's looked like, very dominant throughout the season, I think it is a really good result. So yeah, as you said, let's hope that improvement keeps coming through the rest of the season. Staying in the Murray League now, and Tawny, just another pretty disappointing result. We know Baruga are a pretty strong side, but a 117-point loss is not what anyone wants to see. But we did expect Baruga to come out fired up after that sort of surprising loss to United, and they did deliver on that. But look, like we were talking about last week, they had a couple of quarters, Tawny against Denny, where they had 3 points in 2 different quarters, and then this week they had one with no points, one with 1 point. So they're just falling out of games for long periods at a time, and that's just hurts every team, doesn't it? It just makes it pretty much impossible to win.
Yeah, they have had some promising results this season, and hopefully they'll be able to regroup and have another good showing against Echuca United. They only lost by 19 points at the start of the year. It has been a long season since then, and with a few changes at both clubs, but hopefully they'll be able to have another good, strong showing across to the Coleraine District League now. The Cola United, a massive upset, their first defeat in 18th game to Strathmerton. So they were saved by the siren in the end, Strathy, with just 10 points in it. For Cola United, they looked to get a lot of momentum in that fourth quarter, but just didn't have enough time to fight back. It was certainly given the guys a lot to think about though as they move ahead with the rest of the season, but they should be able to bounce back against Berrigan this weekend. Mathara though, they had an unfortunate loss to Blighty, going down by 82 points, and their season's really been dampened by a lot of serious injuries this year that they just haven't been able to recover from. Nathan Rowbottom, he was brought up from reserves and did a really good job against Blighty's strong full forward. He added a lot of height to that back line and was best on ground by far. It's maybe a possibility to bring up again in the future, but a disappointing loss again for Mathara, but they've got Yarrawee coming back, so hopefully they'll be able to have a better result there.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Moving across to the Heathen District League now. 2 in a row for LBU. It's fantastic to see them up and about, and it was a really, really great win. Elmore actually took that leading time on, and in the past it's been a bit of a problem for LBU when they've lost that lead. They've just sort of dropped their heads, not been able to pick themselves back up and get that lead back. And the fact they were able to respond, I think, is really encouraging for the side. And it was a Zeke Johnson goal in time on, but as the coach said, it's the tackle in the back line you've got to think about for that goal, because Danny Brewster, the coach of Elmore, was about to kick a goal, got tackled by one of the LBU defenders, and able to get the ball the other end and win the game. So fantastic from them. And Merrick Buchanan again, he's an elite player and he just absolutely dominated again. So look, they've got some really exciting talents, LBU, and let's hope they can keep showing that in the back half of this year. Well, before we head into the Echuca Fashion Centre Workwear First Handball competition, we caught up with the guys from the Echuca United and Tongala football clubs ahead of their Murray League clash this weekend.
Yeah, so it's the first time in quite a few years that we're going to see the Campaspe Cup contested once again. It has been running in that time, but it's just sort of been forgotten after the founding presidents Max Pendergrass and Graham Pretty, they moved on, but it's been reinvigorated by the clubs to be contested once again this weekend.
Yeah, we spoke with the people behind bringing it back. Here's what they had to say.
Yeah, well, Lee Davis from Echuca United contacted us at the start of the year, wanting to reignite the ties again, and unfortunately, yeah, the cup went missing for a few years, many years, and nobody knew where it was. So we looked in our cabinets, and Echuca United looked in theirs, and finally, yeah, we found it, Jess. So we're going to reignite it again for sure.
So when I found out that it basically been put in the cupboard for a few years, I chased it up with Darren Maloney, and we've done a bit of homework and updated everything. Yeah, so it's ready to go again, and Tongala and United have always had a very good rivalry, so looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, it's been a good rivalry. Two smaller clubs, obviously, out of the Campaspe Shire. Very similar, great hard-working committees and young sides. So yeah, we lost by about 20 points in round one, but looking to improve on that this weekend.
Yeah, so going forward, we're hoping to play Tongala twice a year from here on in. Get a lot more people to the football. Yeah,
big weekend for the club. We got our Sponsors Day, so the weather looks like it's going to be fine. A huge day, a huge crowd. So a lot of support will be down there looking for the Tony boys to have a bit of a win against United.
Well, hopefully they can keep that going for future games. Now we'll get into our Echuca Fashion Centre Workwear First Handball competition.
Right, we're here at the Echuca Junior Football Club for another edition of the Echuca Fashion Centre Workwear First Handball competition. We're here with the Echuca Green side today. They're going to be getting 3 handballs each, and the top 2 scorers are going to be heading on to the semi-finals. Let's meet today's competitors.
Cooper Dickinson.
I'm Sam Lowndes.
Hayden Quincy.
I'm Austin Rana. I'm Daniel Summers.
our two winners today. We have Sam, $20 for you, and the top score was Austin, $20 for you. Well done, boys.
Well done, Sam Lowndes and Austin Reiner.
Well, let's get into this weekend's netball, starting in the GPL, where Echuca caused quite the upset, taking down Sheffield United at Deakin Reserve.
Yeah, look, they certainly went into the game as the underdogs, but they showed no problem there. Sheffield United, they were sitting second on the ladder, but Echuca, they were able to come away with the 22-goal win. They really fought the game out in a solid team effort, which was really pleasing to see after last week, where they sort of put the pedal off in the last quarter. The fourth quarter was actually their biggest winning margin this week, scoring 23 goals to 10. Meg Road, again, an absolute standout in that wing defence role, and Lisa Drysdale and Liv Hannon both scoring at 80%, so an impressive game all over there.
Yeah, brilliant to see that. Moving to the Murray League, and Miami continued that winning run, but it was interesting to see them pushed in the second quarter. They were up by 6 at quarter time, but then Finley fought back and they levelled the scores up by the half. So that's a little reminder, I think, that they can be pushed, and maybe a little encouraging for teams like United and Tony, who do maybe see that they are potentially vulnerable, but they did click. Obviously, they clicked into gear, pulled away for a pretty strong 26-goal winners. They're still missing Steph Watson, but it'll add a little bit more to that team when she comes back. I guess it's a little bit of a down week, but still 11-0, and they got Rumba this week, so they should be able to get another win there.
Yeah, Echuca United, they shook off last week's game to have a really strong, aggressive attacking performance this week against Nathalia. 12-goal victory. They were just 4 goals up at half-time, but they really pushed it out in the second half. Bree Bookham, Remy Day, they were excellent in that mid-court in bringing the ball down into their shooters, with Gracie Berryman creating a lot of space for Sophie Atkinson, who finished off as she usually does each week, capitalising under the ring there. Another unsettled defensive lineup with Clarinda out, but Liv Bish, she was able to come in and really held her own under the ring, which was pleasing to see.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Tony, they had a really good win as well. Baruga haven't had too many wins, but they have actually been pushing some of those top teams in A grade, really making you earn your wins and keeping them, single digit margins. So a 24-goal win's actually quite a strong result for Tony. They got to an early lead and they really linked well down the court, which is, I think, becoming a strength of theirs. But a little issue was Cadison Mulholland. She hurt her Achilles. She's sort of been struggling with that injury throughout the year, and it looks like it's sort of flared up again. She's crucial, as we were talking about that linking up down the court, she's absolutely crucial to that. She should miss a few weeks. So to go without a strong team player like that will be a tough one to overcome for Tony.
Yeah, and in other games, LBU, they had a win over Elmore, 43-27. Cole United showed a better game against Strathmerton this week, still going down though 45-58. And Mathaura, they had one of its toughest rivals against Blighty. They went down 25-80.
Let's get into this weekend's fixtures with Ali Costas.
Hi, my name's Ali Costas and I play for Echuca Youth Girls in the Shepparton and District Junior Football League. This week in the GVL, it's a clash of the Bombers, with the Murray Bombers taking on Kyabram Bombers at Victoria Park. In the Murray League, Echuca United and Tongala will meet for a second time to contest the Campaspe Cup at Tongala Recreation Reserve. And Miama will host Rumballara at Miama Recreation Reserve. In the Heathcote League, Leachville Gumbauer will line up against Mount Pleasant at home, and Lockington Beaumont United are also at home playing Heathcote. In the Picola League, Mathaura are away to Yarrawaya, and Picola United will take on Berrigan at home. In the Northern Country Women's League, Echuca are away to Mooroopna on Sunday, and my youth girls are off to Finley for a 12:30 start the same day. Good luck to all the teams this weekend.
Well, that's it for another week. Before we go, be sure to stay and watch our interview with Bailey Worsdorp after he's now played 2 games in the GSC Cup with Bendigo Pioneers.
And tune in at riverineherald.com.au and through our Facebook page to check out next week's episode, and also go Monday's route to check out if you are the American hotels facing the crowd.
Well, I was pretty stoked to actually get a crack, so I was looking to, throughout the year to get in as well, but I knew that Futures round was probably going to be time when I was going to get a game, but still to hear that I was getting a go in the first round was really surprising, I guess, and just really good for sort of self-esteem to get in there and have a crack straight away. Oh, well, obviously it was a lot quicker. As soon as I got out there, you feel that straight away compared to senior footy, but I think the toughness obviously of the hits and stuff was still around the same area. Probably been a bit unlucky with how we've been playing. We've been sort of playing 2-quarter footy throughout the whole season, 3-quarter footy, stuff like that. So I reckon we've been losing a bit there, but once we get that all going, if we play 4 solid quarters, we're probably looking to be a bit better and probably hopefully get some wins.